The indie author revolution has been around for more than a decade, but we indies continue to push the boundaries of what we're capable of. From getting over initial prejudices to staring down perfectionism and author imposter syndrome, we've become a force to reckon with. Indie authors now wear more hats than ever as we strive to create a career full of meaning, prosperity, and potential. We've juggled the demands and continue to be rebels in the face of adversity. Now, after years of hearing the shouts of hustle and grind, we indies are rebelling again. Gone are the days of publishing a book a month until we drop, and in its place are the seeds of a better way to rapid release. A way that feels incredible as we build a sustainable, lifelong author career that not only increases our visibility and royalties, but it's all done with intention and ease. If you're ready to buck the system and become the visionary authorpreneur I know you're meant to be, you've come to the right place. I'm Carissa Andrews, international best-selling indie author, and this is the Author Revolution podcast. Well, hey there, guys. Welcome back to the Author Revolution podcast. Oh, we're in September. It's craziness. This is I don't even know, such an exciting week for me because not only did I just get over my birthday, which by the way was awesome. We had such a great day. But also today, as I'm recording this podcast, we're starting the Millionaire Author Manifestation Beta cohort. So it's like a small knit group of us. There's 20 of us joined into this beta launch where we're going through everything week by week as it's going to be intended when I launch this course big. And what's really cool about it is that all of these people are just as excited as I am to make sure that this course is as epic as humanly possible. I just can't even begin to tell you how excited I am that it's begun. So as it's going on, I'm so super stoked about the course that all of a sudden I realized, holy cow, it's September, guys, and I'm supposed to be starting Ruins. I'm supposed to be working on it, and I'm supposed to already have my outline done as of right now, and I don't have it done yet. So I was thinking about, should I just go ahead and start writing? Without the outline, should I just move forward? It's not like I don't know what the book's supposed to be about. But in the back of my mind, I keep hearing this kind of niggling feeling and this niggling thought where pantsing it, because that's what that would be, is actually manifesting by default. And we don't want to do that, right? We want to be deliberate creators of our experience. We want to be deliberate creators of our reality, of everything that we're trying to bring into reality, of everything we're trying to bring into our world. And so, no, I am not going to pants Ruins. As much as I would love to just get started on it and get moving, it's not quite the vibe I'm going for these days. So I thought it would be an interesting discussion to just, I don't know, kind of rant on it a little bit about how pantsing it really is. It's manifesting by default. It's kind of like sitting back saying, whatever happens, happens. Let the whole thing come to me, no big deal. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not about right and wrong. It's more about what is it that you really intend for your author career. Do you want to be a deliberate creator? Do you want to mold and shape the experience, number one, of your story and your reader's experience and the experience of your life? Or are you more open to the mysteries of life? Do you want to be surprised and explore things through the journey of it? There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, sometimes I really enjoy that. But I also know that there are nuances to this story, particularly with Ruins, that I don't want to forget about. There are things that I have kind of put into the various storylines that are connected to this one that I need to make sure I am pulling to the forefront of the story and being able to tease them out better. So, I'm in the middle of recording Immortals, which is the book right before Ruins. And it's reminding me of some of these things. It's getting me back into the mindset of, oh yeah, I forgot that I put that in there. Even though it's something that's kind of in my mind map for the twins, which is really an important part of the storyline for this particular book. And I just didn't realize that I had kind of hinted at it already in Immortals. I didn't realize there were a few things I was already pulling through. And so my biggest thing is I'm refreshing my memory. I'm finishing up the audiobook for Immortals so that I can remind myself of those nuances. I'm taking notes. And then later on this week, I am going to go through and create my outline, right? And as I create the outline, I can create the book blurb. And as I create both of those things, now all of a sudden, the magic of novel creation and being a deliberate creator comes into play. I can start seeing this book as a finished piece. It's already a finished piece in my mind because I've set a date. It's coming out in the end of December, right? So I already have this like immovable concrete thing that is in my mind. And so I know I have to start writing it. I know I have to get it out into the world. It's coming regardless. But I also realized that, there's a part of me that I was so excited about this other thing that I kind of let the date slip by. And I was like, how did I do that? How did I go about not recognizing that the first was here? I think it was just literally so many things going on. School stuff. Kids are starting school soon. So we had a bazillion things going on that day, like open houses and whatever. And so we were busy, and I was getting everything ready for Millionaire Author Manifestation. So of course, that was the dominant intent. That was where all of the momentum behind, what I was doing was like supporting. And so now as I'm sitting here on Monday morning, it's Labor Day. So I'm sitting here Labor Day recording this. And I wanted to talk about how important it is to decide, like, are you going to manifest by default? Are you going to continue manifesting your life by default? Or are you going to choose to be the deliberate creator? And I think that's really kind of what it all boils down to. When we are creating our stories, there's always a vibe to it. There's a vibe that we're going for. And sometimes that pantsing it kind of just magical, like allow the mysteries to unfold thing, it's perfect because that surprises you just as much as it surprises anyone else. And I think sometimes it works really, really good with a first book because you don't have anything else that you're trying to make sure you are lining up with, right? You're just putting it out there. The readers don't know anything else. They don't know any better. So you're just doing this thing. And if you've been a writer for a while, pantsing a novel isn't all that hard because you understand story structure on a very deep subconscious level. You get what you're trying to do and you understand the themes and everything that's happening. But when you're trying to tie things together in cool and unique ways, and you're trying to, really, like I said, just really bring things together in a rich way, being the deliberate creator of that is so cool too. It's got such a cool vibe to know that you are pulling these strings, and it isn't sometimes until the end that people realize that you had been doing this. And I think that's where the fun, the thrill of writing these stories can come from sometimes, because you know what you're doing. You know how you're telling this story in a certain way and how it's going to unfold at the end. You know that each one of these steps is going to lead the reader along different paths. And so, I don't know, I just want you to think about how you want your author career to go this year. Like, we're going to be coming up on the next Plan Your Series Challenge in October. We're almost at Preptober, guys. Like, when did that happen? Holy cow. So we're live launching the Plan Your Series Challenge next month, and it kicks off on the 17th. So it's the 5-day challenge. We're going to be doing this whole thing. I mean, it's the 3-day challenge, but technically by the time you're done, it's 5 days. You know what I'm talking about. The big Plan Your Series Challenge. We'll live launch it for free again, getting us ready for NaNoWriMo, because that's coming up super fast as well. I don't even know how fast that's barreling down on us. Oh, and then guess what? Next thing you know, it's going to be 20 books of Vegas. Oh my gosh. I digress. I'm excited this morning. Can you tell? It's been one of those kind of like mornings where everything just seems to be going really well, and I'm super excited about it. So at any rate, I want you to just really kind of take a few beats, whether you have a moment in the car or if it's in the morning, and just start thinking about the direction of your author career, the direction of the next story you're writing, the direction of the story maybe you're writing right now. Like, if you started pantsing your novel and you're getting stuck or you're not feeling the vibe or whatever, just know that you at any point in time can just sit down and restructure. You can sit down and decide what the outline looks like and then start to mold the story around the new outline. If you're outlining and it's feeling too constrained, why not allow yourself to play around with it a little more? Don't stick so close to the outline that it can't be moved a bit. So sometimes when I'm writing my stories, I'll do my chapter by chapter outlines in advance. I'll get everything organized because that still keeps me moving forward when things go crazy, like hello, trees landing on cars. Remember that? When I had to write Midlife Wolfpack? If I hadn't have had my chapter by chapter synopsis set up and in place, there is no way I could have finished that novel in the middle of all the craziness that was happening. It was nuts. And so the structure of it helped me continue forward. But it wasn't so set in stone that if something cool came up in my head, I couldn't move it. I couldn't change it. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's really just, it's an outline for a reason. It's just something to kind of follow. And then all of a sudden, you are there. All of a sudden, it's this magical thing and it all locks in place. And it's even better than what you thought it was. One of the cool affirmations that I always set forth when it comes to my novels, when it comes to my author career, I'm still working on it when it comes to like the money mindset stuff, but it's super important, I think. But it's this or something better. So like when I do my outline and I create this thing, this is the story I'm telling or something better, right? Same thing with money ideas. Like I want to earn $10,000 this month in book sales, this or something better. And so it's always the vibe I'm putting out there, always the vibe I'm trying to lock into to make sure that I am creating deliberately, that I am working towards something that is of my choice, my creation. And I want you to be doing the same thing. And it works with so many different things. This or something better, this or something better. If it's, I want to finish this novel in 6 weeks, this or something better. I want to rapid release 4 books, this or something better. It works in so many different ways. And as you lock in that belief that you always get to have the thing you want or something better, that's what shows up in your experience. And it's super cool. And it works for everything, outlines included, this story or something better. I want the whole author community in general to be thinking more about how much fun and joy you can bring into your author career. And only you know whether or not having that pantsing spirit is going to help you, or whether or not being the deliberate creator of your novels is going to help you more. And sometimes we fight the thing that we know we need to do because for whatever reason, we've set up resistance. We've told ourselves this lie that we can't do it, or this lie that it won't turn out as awesome, or whatever. And I think a lot of authors will pants a novel because they're scared to deliberately create something for fear that they might screw it up. And if that's you, I want you to know that that's so normal. But if you're in this writing gig, and we've talked about this before, there's a very big chance that you're a high achiever. You're artistic, you're creative. You can come out of any kind of weird box you put yourself into. Trust me. We creative minds, we have this unique ability to write ourselves into a corner and write ourselves right back out of it. You can do anything you set your mind to. I promise you that. All right. So this week, I just want you to think about this. Just think about is pantsing it really manifesting by default? Yeah, it kind of is. Is outlining and really making sure you have a plot in place and planning it like deliberate creation? Well, obviously it is, because you are deliberately creating your novels. And so there's nothing right or wrong with either one of those things, but I want you to think about which one feels best to you, which one gives you the most relief. And if it gives you more relief, that's the direction you always want to be heading. All right. That is my Labor Day rant for today. Do what you can, be who you are, love what you do, okay? If you want to download the transcript to today's podcast episode, head over to authorrevolution.org/148 and you can get it there. And if you're interested in the Millionaire Author Manifestation course, hang tight. We are, like I said, in the middle of our first ever live cohort for Millionaire Author Manifestation. It's the small beta cohort. I will be opening it up later on, possibly this year or in January of next year. I'm not 100% sure as of when I'm going to launch the full course to the public, but it's coming soon. So if you are interested in that, make sure you get over on the wait list because you will have access to more information there. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy this first week of September, and I will talk to you soon. Go forth and start your author revolution.